suis à Zagreb, en Croatie, dans une des rues les plus populaires pour boire un coup. Bon, ici, comme partout en Europe, il faut dire qu'on aime bien l'alcool. L'Europe, d'ailleurs, c'est le continent où on consomme le plus d'alcool par habitant. Alors chacun sa spécialité, vin, bière, spiritueux, alcool fort ou même la rakia, c'est l'eau-de-vie locale. Et pour nous faire consommer toujours plus, les bars et les cafés rivalisent d'imagination. Mais gare à la gueule de bois. D'ailleurs, à Zagreb, la gueule de bois, eh bien, ça aspirait certains à créer un nouveau lieu. Ouais, c'est juste là, ça a l'air d'être ici, il y a du monde. Je vais aller voir. Bon, alors il y a des verres, il y a de la bière, a priori, ça a l'air d'être un bar. En tout cas, il y a une bonne ambiance. Is it a bar? What is it here?
No, it's not a bar.
It's not a bar.
It's not a
But it's
bar.
not a bar, but there is some glasses and you've got a bottle in your hand.
Yeah, and I always can offer some drink. This is called rakia.
Rakia.
Rakia, yes. And this
Et
is
partout à Zagreb, on a de la rakia.
Everything here in Croatia starts with rakia.
Donc il faut que je la bois.
Yeah, of course, you need to the bottom.
C'est what is it? It's strong alcohol, no?
Strong alcohol, and it's like 50%.
50%?
50% of alcohol.
Alors, j'ai rien demandé, je viens juste d'arriver.
This is homemade rakia.
Let's drink. Dobra.
Gori.
Donc ici, en fait, c'est pas un bar.
No, this is the museum of Hango.
That's why you offer me rakia to be drunk.
Yeah, this is for the complete experience. To hit this center, you have two tries, two darts, but you need to wear the goggles. And they're simulating 2.5 promils.
Ok, let's try.
Yeah,
Oh.
let's try.
Ah. Mais on voit rien du tout.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I'm drunk. Where is the camera? The camera is here, okay.
See double line.
Yes, I saw a lot of, I see double of Reno.
Yeah.
And je sais pas comment je tiens la caméra parce que j'ai vraiment l'impression d'avoir bu. En fait. It could be dangerous for you. On va essayer.
We have closed the doors, the safety,
Yeah.
safety measures are
Safety.
here. Safety first.
No. Pour la première, c'est pas bon. On va essayer la deuxième. C'est incroyable. J'ai vraiment l'impression d'avoir bu. Unfortunately, I'm so sorry.
So you can see now how drunkenness affects your skills. Yeah. So the concept of museum is like returning home drunk from the street room to the room where you wake up in the morning. We introduced to our story where the museum actually happened. So it's actually this bicycle pedal. One of my friends woke up with this bicycle pedal in the morning, and he didn't know where he got it. So I thought of the idea that of a place collection that could collect all these kind of items and stories connected to it. So yeah, that's where the museum started.
Ce musée a ouvert fin 2019. Il raconte plusieurs histoires insolites, mais aussi une expo temporaire comme celle-ci sur Sidro, un bar underground de Zagreb, aujourd'hui fermé.
This is her story.
Really?
I broke my arm in Sidro, but this is that story. But I'm not sad about that. Only good memories. We remember only happy days.
First it was like fun idea, but we want to include like educational things because the museum attracts lots of young people and we want to educate them. We made this like corner, like other side of the alcohol. We want to send this kind of message also to people that this also exists. And that alcohol have its the good and the bad sides. Well, drinking alcohol is something in culture. There's lots of social problems that are in Croatia, that are going around in some villages because lots of villages there are not much people and young people need some entertainment, so they are like consuming this kind of alcohol, drugs and else. Yeah. like drunk car simulator because it's simulating like drunk driving. Yeah, I see. I see like double, like you're drunk. So it's actually really hard to drive with that. Oh my god. Yeah.
Bon, je vais essayer de conduire. Ah oui, on ne voit strictement rien. Ah oui, c'est un petit peu compliqué. Oui, ok, là c'est bon, j'ai tout droit. Mais je vois pas la couleur du feu, je vois pas la couleur du feu. Ah, bêtement, j'ai eu un accident. C'est vrai que ce musée est assez marrant. Ici, c'est la pièce des miroirs. C'est assez bizarre parce qu'on ne sait plus trop où on est. Il y a plein d'histoires apparemment sur les miroirs en Croatie. Et il y a une petite pièce ici.
The toilets, actually, lots of people sent a story about how they were actually on Sundays. They were actually hugging the toilet. So that's why we created this kind of toilet god that people can leave a message, prayer to, like toilet god. So people are like telling, I don't want to drink anymore or something like that on Sundays. when other people are actually going to church or something.
Alors si à Zagreb, le musée de la gueule de bois ne vous a pas suffi, eh bien vous pouvez venir ici. C'est un autre musée, le musée des cœurs brisés ou des relations rompues, qui témoigne que les histoires d'amour finissent mal en général. Bref, vous l'aurez compris, à Zagreb, quand on veut faire un musée, on ne fait pas franchement les choses à moitié.